I know it's weird, but have you ever been guilt tripped out of your own independence? And what I mean by that is every time you step out to surface and try to dig into who you are, you're somehow met with a fierce force by what seems as proxy or covert, as if it was a means to just guilt trip you and call you selfish and out of control, or to tell you that you're being cold or that you've changed. But you weren't changing for the worse, you were changing for the better. You were changing to step out of the place that they had kept you in and to become all that you were meant to become. But the reason that they were guilt tripping you was specifically because they thought that you were going to be out of their control. Isn't that weird? And next, they'll control you by cutting you off from your own tongue. They needed to keep you down, to keep you in them silences, through a whole bunch of confusion and invalidation. They were just blocking you the entire time to perform on you, to get you poisoned up. Either way, these things controlled me to where it made me not really care about anything. And I didn't even know why. I guess it was just because I couldn't figure it out, and it was just too much for me to tolerate within my body, that it made me, I feel seek danger or seek out. It was awful. It was an awful feeling, an awful thing to go through. But I felt like that just in and of itself is pretty evil, don't you think? Straight up blocking you in your progress, your platforms, your job, your money, your everything. Also, they can go up and work by proxy in their little manipulation ships and their design, you see? And it's all to protect these very serious crimes. It's crazy. But they actually don't fear your heart's work or anything that you're actually trying to do. What they fear is you surfacing into yourself so you could speak your truth. And they feared your voice being able to surface so that you would be speaking your truth, because they were hacking you and knew that you had plans to move in that direction. So in other words, it just got too loud for them to think that you were going to get out and be able to scratch your way out of your mind and speak.